Shout out to friend of the program, Justin Thind, who's got a new article up for 24/7 Sports on Michigan State football and an interview with quarterback Aidan Chiles, where he discusses the upcoming season, the wide receivers on the team, John Boyer, and more. You can read this over at 247sports.com. Thind does great work. Everybody knows this from if you just follow Justin Thind, you know he does great work. The quote that I want to talk to you about is the quote that Thind used to promote this article that I saw on Twitter. Aiden Chiles said, quote, "This is the closest team I've ever been on." There's a lot more quotes from Chiles that speak at length about the good vibes within Michigan State football right now. And if you've just been broadly paying attention, there's been a lot of recruiting wins for Jonathan Smith lately. It seems like maybe a month to 2 months ago, nobody had all that much optimism for the season or the program at large. But honestly, new athletic director Jay Batt showed up and things have really quickly picked up with him in the fold. So maybe you're seeing some payoff from that hire right away. Maybe Jonathan Smith just needed a year to get his feet under him a little bit, but there is positive momentum with Michigan State football right now. And Aiden Childs wants everyone to know this is the closest team that he's ever been on. Do you put a lot of stock in this quote from your quarterback?
Um, well, I because I have the ability to do so and I have this platform, I first got to say that I hope the closeness leads to the fact that he realizes who's on his team and doesn't throw the ball to the other team or fumble the ball to the other team. I think that'll go a long way in the closeness. But no, I mean, look, in the big picture, you always want teams to be close, right? Like it
Oh, you
makes
do?
yeah, it makes it a lot easier to play the sport when you don't hate the guy next to you. So that's awesome. There's a reason that closeness isn't a stat. There's a reason that closeness doesn't actually win football games. But look, I think as the quarterback of a team, do want to take like the leadership role. That'd be the most ideal world for things to happen. And I think that Aiden Childs had flashes. I think he also had flashes of moments where you're like, what are you doing? And maybe the closeness of the team will lead to less of those what the helly decisions happening.
Did you watch last year's Michigan State team and get vibes that they weren't a cohesive group?
I more so just thought they were bad at football.
Yeah, that was kind of my interpretation too. I feel like I have watched teams before, whether in basketball, football, anything, and been like, oh, this group very clearly doesn't like each other. I
Mhm.
don't think that was a part of the Michigan State football experience last year. I thought there were visibly positive vibes in nearly every game, even the games where they were losing. So I don't know. Again, there's nothing bad to take from this quote. Like your quarterback is saying the team's really close. That's a good thing. Obviously, it's a good quote, good offseason quote. My reminder, the same way you had to preface, like reminder, hey Aiden, throw the ball to our team. My reminder would be this: hey, Aiden likes to get behind a microphone. As long as his team's not losing, Aiden likes to get a microphone in front of him and say whatever he can say. We know that, right? This video is brought to you by NBA 2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's. That's New
New
York.
York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's it's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video.
Mhm.
Last year, that was billed as incredible leadership. He was like the youngest captain in MSU history, all yada yada, all of it. And then as the season slowly wore on and he started hitting the podium less after losses, I think we all maybe started to, I don't know, not even, I don't want to say the kid's not a good leader, but it just sort of lost some of its luster. Like, bet the over, we believe in ourselves, went away at a certain point from Aiden Childs. So I don't put much stock in anything he says in June. Just is what it is for me. I need to see him back this up with action on the football field. And I need to see him lead for an entire season instead of just in October and November. I firmly believe he could do it. Like, I'm still holding a little bit of Aiden Chiles stock. Where are you at with him in general? Like, is he the leader, you think, of this very cohesive locker room?
I do think so. I think that obviously it being his second year in the program, him being a quarterback, him being spoken about as a guy who wants to lead. I do think that he is in that position. I do think it falls on him. But obviously that comes with good and bad, right? When things are going well, when things aren't going well. But I do think that he is looked at as a leader of this football team in this program. Naturally, him being the quarterback, but also like it's his second year, and there's if Michigan State's going to do anything this year in football, it is going to have to be a lot on like him being really good.
Yeah. You mentioned it's his second year, it's his third year in college football. I was gonna just make the minor point that like Aiden Childs, who has started one full season, saying this is the closest team I've ever been on, is like my daughter being like, this is the best mac and cheese I've ever had. And I'm like, you're two. Like you eat the same mac and cheese.
Oh, this goes back to Aiden's youth days.
Okay. Well, like Aiden has only played for Jonathan Smith, and he's saying this year's team is the closest ever. So it's closer than year one Jonathan Smith and year seven Jonathan Smith at Oregon State. Is that what we have here?
It's close,
Is
man.
that a monumental accomplishment? They're really close.
It's so close. Just don't throw it to the other team.
Does Jonathan Smith normally build unclose teams? Is that the previous approach?
I just want to see Jonathan Smith take his hands out of his pockets.
I think we got that. I think Jay Batt has put some pressure on Jonathan Smith, and the early returns are good.
J Bat will not be wearing a headset.
Honestly, if Aiden Childs throws an interception on the first attempt of the year, Jay Batt will make sure we have a new quarterback very quickly.
So we're good.
So I think we're in a good spot.
All right, I like it.